Go ahead and do that, please.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Faisal Saleh, founder and executive director of the Palestine Museum US in Woodbridge, Connecticut, and in Edinburgh, Scotland. Just want to let everyone know that this session is being recorded, and the Palestine Museum reserves the right to use the recording and publish it on social media, including its YouTube channel. If anyone does not agree with that, they may leave the session now. Anybody that continues to participate agrees to the terms I just described. Thank you so much. Krista, how about a quick introduction to
Sure.
Fida Shtaya, and also a couple words about the book.
Yeah, so we're honored to have with us for our Madafa conversation today, Fida Shtaya, who is a Scottish Palestinian Jordanian writer, publisher, and entrepreneur who was born in the United Arab Emirates, currently based in Scotland, where she's tuning in from today. And she is the founder and CEO of Snunu Publishing, where her passion for storytelling and education come together to create meaningful content for young readers. And of course, her book that we'll be speaking about today, Gaza, I Spy, was published through Snunu. And so we're really looking forward to being in conversation. This book really zeroes in on the situation in Gaza through the lens of children, what they are experiencing in the devastation of Gaza, but also the resilience that we witness through these young lives as they struggle to survive. So this is a beautiful photographic essay, I would say, of what the situation in Gaza. Photographs of children laced with prose and quotes from famous Palestinian writers and poets, as well as other famous people who contribute to shedding light on the situation in Palestine. So without further ado, we'll get started with our conversation with Fidat. Fidat, thank you so much for joining us. So
Thank you,
excited
Krista.
about your book.
Krista, let me ask a couple of questions and then I'll turn it over to you. My first question, Fida, is what is the book about? Can you give us just a brief idea what the intention of the book is? What is the scope of the material in it, and who is it targeted for?
Okay, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here, and thank you for everybody who's attending and giving us that time. The book is called Gaza, I Spy. From the title, we wanted to give away that this is a book about the children, inspired by the children game I Spy with My Little Eye. However, we tried to be ironic with everything we picked for this book: the size, the color, the fact that it's a coffee table book. It was all to make a statement. The book is about the children of Gaza. The idea of the book is to document the life of the children of Gaza on a daily basis since the war started in October 2023 until the last photograph that went into the book was taken on 20th of August 2024. So it's about a year of documentary. It's all just to say, what does it mean to live in this situation from a perspective, from a child's perspective? And we just wanted to show the storytelling from the eyes of the children. And this is, again, where the name came from. If the children in Gaza would play I Spy with My Little Eye, what would it be, the thing that will spy? And it's a hard, ironic title. It's heartbreaking, and at the same time, through the photos, there are moments where the children are showing us cheekiness, smiles, games, and yes, that's the book as a title.
Fida, you've published other things before. What got you into putting this book out? You know, what ideas driven you to do this?
Okay, I think I want to show the contrast between what I was doing before and this book. I think I got some props with me. My background is teaching, so I always have to provide some things to hook people. So this is the book we produced. You can see the size, it's heavy, it's around 3 kilos, and it's a photography book for coffee table. And we'll come later for details about production. But the books that we normally produce are children's books in 2 different editions, Arabic and English. So picture books, chapter books, you name it, some beautiful, books with props. And that was mainly for children. So I'm a children publisher, I'm a children author, and that's my main focus. Um, and when the war came and we started to see all these horrific photos, especially children, because the vast majority of the population in Gaza is children. That's one of the facts. So it's normal that when a bombing happens, the collateral damage, as they like to call it, is coming on the expense of the children. And I felt, what can I do watching all of this and do nothing? Like we all feel trapped into doing nothing. So I felt like I want to make a statement. I want to focus on children. And that's why I made this book, because I couldn't just carry on as if nothing happening. It needed to be different than what I do normally. This is part of the way I've been dressed for 2 years now. I normally wear lovely colors and enjoy crazy combinations of colors and patterns. I decided I will be in black and white uh, because it's a way of showing your mourning, your sadness. Black, but there's always some flowers, some white in the black, like our kufiya. I think that was my statement. I guess everybody had his way of expression, expressing the pain, the sorrow, the anger.
Krista, all yours.
Yeah. Yeah, just following up on that, Fida, you put a lot into the production of the book, and everyone just saw the size. It is a book of photographs primarily, which of course are very expensive to produce. I wonder if you would just talk about your decision to create such a really substantial book. What in the category of coffee table books, which are often well, I'll let you talk about it. What are coffee table books usually, and how does this differ, and how does this contribute to broadening our understanding of what should be on our coffee tables and in our lens?
Thank you so much for this question. When I was in this dilemma, what I'm gonna do, I'm a publisher, I maybe should do a book, and do I write a story about children in a fiction way? And I felt that there are a lot of brilliant stories, fictional stories, done by authors and publishers that have been great about this happening. I felt like this is time for nonfiction, and it is one of the things that hit me, that I am not gonna hide behind characters, fictional characters. I wanted to show real characters. That was my feeling. And then I felt, what is it that moved the story from people ignoring what's happening in Palestine, not really, oh, they're always fighting, it's been going on for years, it's the Middle East, they're always in troubles, and all of that reaction, especially in outside the Arabic country and Muslim countries. There were a shift and how people are now looking at the Palestinian people as a fair case. And I felt like, okay, what's the difference here? The answer was the power of photography, the power of the independent journalism, and the fact that people are seeing for themselves in their eyes what is happening. It's not fabricated, you know. How can people watching things live, right? So it's the power of the photography that made me want to do something with photographs. And when that idea came, I knew I'll do something about children. So I inquired rights from photographers in Gaza, two professional journalists, Anas Ayad and Humam Zaytuniya. They are on Instagram, and this is how I reached out initially to this team. I'll tell you later others stories about how we made this, so I don't forget answering the main question. The second question, after I knew the team, I knew the theme, I knew the umbrellas that we want the photographies around. The second question was how we gonna produce this? Are we gonna do just another photography book in a budget and maybe save with the colors and do it black and white and save with the size and the quality of the papers? And I had some amazing photography books on my hand when I was doing this. I had a book called Inshallah. I don't know if people heard about it. It's by a Swedish journalist, and it was black and white. And I felt like I don't want to do black and white. I do something about children. It has to be colorful. So anyway, I started debating myself and asking these questions and answering them. And then I said, what is the most beautiful production of a photography book? What is the end of the of this line? What's the premium edition of a photography book? And the answer was the coffee table book, of course. And I felt so angry because all the coffee table books, the stunning books, the luxurious books, are normally for celebrities, jewelries, fashion. They're never really for real people, if that makes sense. It's for rich people. It's for people who collect books for the style rather than for the content. And I felt like I'm gonna do a photography book in a coffee table edition as a style to make a statement. It can't get any louder than that. It's a book to be on the table, not on the shelf. It's now. This is hot topic, and to give dignity back for the coffee table book. Sometimes, not all of them, of course, but in general, coffee table book became something you flick through. It's something light. It's something when you're waiting for appointment, you just, go through. And I felt like, no, coffee table book should be a center of discussion. People should drink coffee and debate a topic, agree, disagree, and this is what really coffee table books should be. So, yeah, and I thought these children should not be presented in a cheap way. We should present them in the most luxurious way because they deserve it. They deserve it more than any other celebrity in this universe. And yeah, that's some of the reasons.
Oh, it shows just how intentional you have been throughout the entire process of creating this book. And I think it shows on the pages as well. I wonder if you could talk about that relationship that you developed with these women who are
Yes,
the photographers, the ones who captured those moments in Gaza.
yeah.
And I think that's worth
I,
mentioning, these women that you worked with.
it's so hard for me to talk about the book without showing it. I think it's somehow the teacher thing. But I wanted to show a few pages from the book, and I
Yeah.
want maybe to show you the photo of our main photographers. I think it's so important to honor them every time we have a chance. So I initially worked with these two gentlemen, and they became family, of course, because every day, every chance, you need to check they're alive, they're still in Gaza, thanks goodness. And while I was working with them under umbrellas, trying to show us the daily life of children in Gaza, um, it was so hard for them to fulfill some themes because they are working on the field constantly. They are always covering a bombing here, a hospital there. They could not show me the daily life of a mother. They did, but I felt I'm missing that. So then I had the honor to work with Sabrina Al-Baz, and that's what her daughters. She's a mother for these girls, three children under the age of 6, and she documented her exile from Deir al-Balah to Khan Yunis to Nusayrat school to Nusayrat beach camp, back to Deir al-Balah again, with three girls and narrowly escaping death. And we have one of my favorite photos. These are the three girls when they had to go to Nusayrat beach camp. So again, I had the honor to communicate with Sabrine, take photographs from her, and it was tricky because I knew that the time she has to go and upload these photos for me, her life is in danger. Um, because she needed to be around somewhere where she could reach connection and send her files. So this is how the project developed throughout the journey, developed from inquiring the right people and the right team, then to feel like we need a mom storytelling, somebody who documented her daily life, like we do, take our children to the mall and we watch them riding in a car or something, and we take a snap of that. Um, so her photographs are snaps of this daily life in Gaza. Um, and thanks goodness, Sabrina is still in Gaza. She's still alive, and so is her children. And yeah, I've been chatting with her yesterday, and she is struggling to find food, and that's the truth. And I think she had her last supply of macaroni, and then she has to cook it as a soup to increase whatever she has and make it last. So yeah, this is the reality of our team, and I see sometimes Humam and Anna's photos. Um, Very rarely it's because they always document things. They hardly take a photo of themselves, and I can see them losing weight throughout this journey. I can see them paling. It's heartbreaking, but I no longer drop tears on this. I'm angry and I'm shouting, and I thought I will shout with a loud book, a loud production, a loud tag price, just loud. And I learned that loudness through art is so powerful. It's a silence scream, and it's deafening. Silence can be really deafening, like it is deafening for the whole world to watch this and not be able to do anything to stop it.
Fida, speaking of loudness, what photo in the book that stands out as the most uh, effective or affecting people that you could think of? I know it's a hard question, but
I know, I
could
know.
you share it, can you share it with us if you know which one or you?
Okay. I guess we have 200 plus photographs in total in the book. Uh, I would say the cover photo. I think we took ages to come up with that one, myself and the photo curator, who's brilliant. He's like the co-author, of course, deciding which photo goes where. And I think, but that's again my opinion. Other people have different reason why, but I can show the cover photo and say why. So this is Lulu. She's 6. She's
Could you
from,
get it a little closer?
yeah. Is this close enough?
Raise it up a little, please. Up high.
Okay, sorry.
Raise the whole thing up.
The
Yeah.
whole thing up like this. Is that okay?
And, yeah, and
Okay,
forward.
behind it. So
Just
this is,
keep it up as you raise it, as you
You're
move.
getting an arm workout with the
Okay.
3
I know,
kilos.
no,
Maybe
haven't
you have
been to the gym for a
another
while.
book to put under it, maybe.
Is that okay? Is that better?
No, this is fine. We're getting it. Good.
Okay. So she's Lulu, she's 6 years old. She's from Khan Yunis. She has this incredible curly hair. She has the most beautiful smile, and she stands like a true naturally model, right? She's wearing lipstick, carrying her bag, shopping bag, bare feet, on the rubble, with a brilliant smile, saying, "Hi guys, I'm going for treasure hunt, and I don't really care what you're doing to this beautiful place. It's home, and I don't care. When I want to play, I can play. When I want to go for treasure hunt, I can go for treasure hunt." And it's the ultimate answer for a spy, you know, like what do they see around them? And I think Lulu is the real iconic photo for the resilience of the children. I got few photos, a handful of photos that we've decided as a team what should go in our booth when we exhibit and what photos should go in some posters. So I brought them with me to show you so that could answer as well. Oh, thank you. I didn't know you were taking screenshots. I should have had some nail polish, but okay. So I'm just being silly.
Faisal, you're on mute.
Sorry, I did a screenshot when you were showing it, and I enlarged it so you could.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so
You don't
much
have to hold it as long.
for being technically compatible. So I'll show you the one of the photos. Is this showing?
Yes.
Trying. Okay, sorry if it's shiny. So
The
this
glass is a little bit reflecting, but it's showing.
yeah, I'll try to see if it's better. Sorry. Anyway, I'm sure we could share some better photos from the book later if you felt so, Faisal and the team. So
Okay.
this is a photo of 2 cats playing in a bombed car, and I think this is the ultimate cheekiness and the smile, the eyes, the fact that like, oh yeah, what can you do to us? We're playing in a bombed car. No one can tell us off, so we can find joy, you know. And I think it's a wonderful photo. These children are just amazing, you know. Although, of course, of the irony of the fact of what's happening. So I think it's one of my favorite photos. And like,
Yeah, it really illustrates the resilience of children to, in spite of
exactly.
all the challenges they're facing, that they continue to play and live and insist on life.
Another one is this one. I hope I can display it.
Looks good.
Is this good enough? Should I
Yeah.
go?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's brilliant
Let me
photo.
do this here. Hold on a second. I'm gonna just give you a little boost here. Okay.
Thank you.
Done this earlier.
Oh, super cool. So it's a brilliant photo. I love the girls' feet. I love the fact that you know, they're messy and then natural, and that they show child playing no matter how. And this swing is being made by her mom, who's in the background. In another photo, it shows that the mother is doing laundry, and this is taking in Al Nusayrat school. And this girl in particular is Sabrina Albaz's niece. She's the lady who took photos for us. So in the book, you will see the back of this girl and you will see her mom doing the laundry. It says a lot, this photo. It says that the parents and the families are trying to entertain their kids no matter what. So even though they have absolutely nothing, they will make a swing for these children to be entertained. Also, the reaction of the children in the book fairs was incredible. It was, and it gave me, you know, children gives you more insight into your work than you think you know. You know, we adults can be arrogant. We think we know enough in our topic, but then children show us something even better. One child was amazed why this girl's photo is celebrated that way in a book and in a frame in the booth, although she's not dressed up and she had mud on her feet. You know how we take photos of our children in their perfect scenario, right? In their perfect outfit, in their perfect um, hygiene. And if we take a snap of your child, for example, messy with food, it's normally to make fun. Oh, look how much cleaning I need to do, or whatever we do. Um, so that child was amazed that you can be in a photo and in a book, although you're not dressed up. And I thought, amazing, you know, enough of this perfectionist, you know, of having to show everything in a perfect way. And the questions that kid came up with, um, why she's not wearing shoes, why her feet are like this, where is she, what is this place? And I thought this is a light bulb, right? This is it. This is what the photo should do. It should make people ask questions, and this is how this generation will gain the knowledge, not because we have to stuff their heads of what happened or what's been happening. They will want to know. They will want to ask questions, and they will go and read history. We will not have to depend in schools or books to teach them history. They will dig it out because they saw a photograph that's stuck in their brain.
Well, it's really very powerful and just shows that raw reality, you know, that not hiding the truth of what people are living each and every day, especially the children. One of our guests in the audience has a question about if this book is contributing to any kind of organization. And I know that I wonder if you could just talk a little bit about what it took to produce the book and also what you're doing with the proceeds.
Okay. So we've been lucky that our internal team, um, we waived our charges. So there were no author charges. No, of course, we waived everything on the author. So of course, I will not pay myself for that. And maybe some of these people don't like me to call their names and say they waived the charges, but internally, lots of the people who worked in this book waived their charges. But of course, we had the charges for the photographers and this heavy cost of printing and you know, it is what it is, and the shipment and logistics and all of that. So we say in the book, in the first page, that this is a non-profit book, so all proceeds will go to support organizations that works with children in Gaza. Of course, we are in very, very early stage of being able to make decent donations because the book officially was in the market on the 1st of July.
Mhm.
So we're hoping that we will start this process. Unfortunately, one of the things that made this a very heavy weight on Sununu Publishing is that we didn't have any sponsors. So producing such a luxurious book took our budget for 2 years. So our
Mhm.
publishing had to postpone to be able to recover a bit and make new projects. Of course, we would love to continue this project for Gaza. Like there are so many ideas for what is next. What's our next photography
Mhm.
book? How are we going to produce it? Is it going to be in the same expensive way? It just, we have so many questions within the team to work on. So there is a plan to do another one. But definitely there is nothing for Sununu or myself um, from this book that just says it feels, it doesn't feel right for me personally. But of course, we have to cover the running cost of this project. And I feel so proud that we could support families in Gaza throughout
Mhm.
this work. We supported our team in Gaza. We still supporting whenever we can. So it is wonderful. Um, we didn't decide on a name of a charity because first, we are in an early stage. Second, we did not want to tie to one place. You know, we wanted to feel like let's, inshallah, we're hoping that the war will stop eventually, and we can
Yes.
say, here is a foundation that's helping building a school, and we will send that money to that foundation to build a school. It has to be something for children, and we thankfully managed to support buying milk for children last week. The money's still in the way, but like we're trying to do little things with trusted people at
Mhm.
the moment, with our team mainly, and hope that this will help them to survive, because it is important to help people now. It's the most urgent thing, and of course supporting companies that works with children. I mean, foundations, that will be our main thing when time is right. Uh, what else I was going to say? Hope I answered that question
Oh,
in
yes,
one
that's
quick.
very gracious of you, and I think it adds to the intentionality of the whole project.
Thank you. Maybe I'll share a couple of photos as well. So I have this one also. I think it's an iconic photo as well. It's very, if the quality is not ideal, but this boy reminds me of Hanzala. You know, the ship that's going now to break the siege on Gaza is called
Mhm.
Hanzala. And I'm not sure if everybody here knows what's Handala and why this reminds me of Handala. Handala is, sorry if you, some of the audience and most of the audience already know, but I thought it's good to a recap with some informations. It's a character invented by Najil Ali, famous Palestinian cartoonist, and he's always this child with hands on his back, crossed around his back, and he's facing the scene, and we only see the child's back. Um, and this child is doing the total opposite. He is facing us, and everybody
Mhm.
around him is moving in other direction. It just feels like they're all moving, they're all fleeing, but he's standing there like an iconic, sorry for the quality, uh, like an iconic figure. And also that was words that the photo curator used when he chosen this photo. So it's always the children who are the center of every photograph. It's always the children who leave us with something to focus and to remember. If you have other question before I show something else, you please do.
No, it's fine. And if you want to read from any of the quotes that you included in the book, and honestly, when you show us the book itself, we can actually see it better, I think, than the glass covered
Yes,
photographs that you have. So feel free to open the book,
of
pretend
course.
we're your
Sorry, I
class,
cannot.
and
The problem is
you
that
want to
I did
share
not
some highlights.
mark
I know
them,
it's very heavy.
so bear with me. Sorry for that. I'm learning. Um, Stop me when I have to stop. This is one of the amazing photos as well. Um, it just simplifies the horror of the situation, right? Bombing schools regardless of any moral commitment, right? And this child is playing a game everybody played, you know, everyone in his childhood has played this or introduced to this game. And this is Nusayrat School. This photograph is taken by Sabrina Al-Baz. This photograph is taken by a telephone. It mocks a lot of things, all the high technology and everything, and all the rules on how good and how deep the photo should be. A mother could produce such an amazing photo. Of course, there will always be debate on the style and how you took it, but this is reality. This is a photo taken during war, and it tells the story, right? It's about the storytelling. What else can I show you? I want to show you also something. I was so angry when this book, and I'm still angry, of course, and I'm sure everybody is so angry. And I was so angry at the social media and the media in general, right? And how dare they tell us what to see? How dare they block, because I got blocked so many times, block accounts, block stories, take off pictures, take off stories from my social media, punish me. I went to Frankfurt Book Fair and my account was blocked from going live to 30 days. I was like, why? Because I reposted something. Not even I had the honor to create something. I was as lazy as just reposting. And I was like punished for being so naughty and, and sharing this. So I wanted to document this because maybe we'll have a generation who doesn't know what social media is. God knows what will be within 10, 20 years. And I believe this book will live that long and longer. So we made this this screen. I hope it's clear for everybody.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So this is that, like, the daring questions. Like, sorry if it's back to front. I know it's reversed. I'm sure it's a mirror image, but I guess you guys
No,
can.
it's not. Not in my case. I mean, I
Oh,
think it
okay. It's
depends
just for
on
me.
how you have your Zoom settings. Yeah.
I see. Of course. Yeah, yeah. Okay, then that's good then. So I thought, okay, what is this horrible photo that we should not look at, that even as an adult we should ask permission to see? And we put this photo.
Oh
So
my goodness.
it's the innocence, it's the truth, it's the reality what they are hiding. So again, another mockery for them. Like, I mean, again, we're making fun, right? We are joking. Like, seriously, what is worse, showing the brutal truth or doing it to start with? You know, it's just this ultimate double standards and everything. So there is no moral when you starve children to death. but there is moral in displaying children dying of hunger. It's inappropriate, you know, and it constantly makes me angry. And when we are making this book, we were policing ourselves, you know, we were asking questions. What could allow somebody to block this book? What could allow somebody to say to us, this is too much or this is inappropriate? So because the important thing that is for this book to live, for this book to be on every single table, for children to look at this book and relate and ask questions, because you do not teach children by forcing information on them. You teach children by create reasoning for asking questions and look for the knowledge. This is the ultimate 101 for new teaching style, you know. It's by inquiry. If you are an inquirer, then you'll find the knowledge, you will find the information. So everything was to ask questions, and we went to, I felt that it is so essential to document for the man-made famine. And we had this moral debate. Do we put a photo of a child? And this is, can you imagine, this was 2024. Who would have thought it would go to this horrific scale again, and still going by the time we are talking. I we came up at the decision at the end that there is no one photo we can use to show um, a child dying of hunger, and we felt it's too much morally. So this is when art came to help again. Art is always here to help. So we decided that we will make an artwork to document this. And this artwork, let me show you the artwork in the book first, and then I can show you the actual artwork. We are being very fortunate um, to have the original artwork and keep it for us, and we're hoping to exhibit with it soon. So this is to document the man-made famine.
Yeah, that's really powerful.
Yeah, and if
I
you
know that a number of artists have actually done an incredible job of
yes,
saying almost more uh, with a representation of a photograph than the actual photograph.
yes,
And yeah, that's just
this
an example of that. Because
yeah,
we know what the story is of this photo, you
exactly,
know.
exactly.
Do we know what artist did this, Fida?
So this is Samar Salahuddin. Not sure if you can see her signature. It's so hard. So this is the original
Artist, we can't see.
artwork, and it's made
Oh,
from some sort of dough or clay,
mm.
and it's a 2D.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, it
Mhm.
doesn't give it a justice over the screen, but I
Where is she based?
she's based in Egypt. She is very well-known artist for that style of work.
Mm.
That she does design. Sorry, I need to make sure I put it properly, safely. I don't even hang it in my own home. I feel it. I keep it protected somewhere. So she does the illustration. We agree on the illustration, and then she goes and form the illustration from dough. So she will make the dough. She will um, create the artwork, and then she takes the artwork to a studio, and then the studio takes a photo of it. And it is so powerful, and it's one of the things again that strike the children, especially when I was in Doha Book Fair, because I brought the artwork with me, uh, and children were really asking questions. What's with his back? You know, we're talking about from 5 years old to teenagers, asking questions, trying to understand why, what is happening there. And one child said, "Oh, they're poor, they don't have money." And it was brilliant to see how his mom said to him, no, darling, they're not poor. They do have money. They do have lovely houses. They are like us, but because there's a war. And it was so warm to hear that conversation. Again, as I said, it's the photo that strikes the questions and the photo that allows us to make the conversation. And that's the real storytelling. This is what will make this live forever and take it outside the book to the coffee table, to the conversation, to our, say in Arabic, majlis. I can't find the right English word for it. The majlis is where you sit and have a conversation and
The
sometimes
salon.
salon, exactly. So,
Salon.
so it kept assuring me that this is the right thing to do for children. You know, at the beginning, I thought, okay, it's a book about children. It's not for children because I had, you know, when you do a project in this industry, you always check with your friends, right? Fellow publishers, fellow authors. You always have a community. And I had people taking me into pieces for calling the book I Spy. They said, "Oh, I think it's a very silly name for such a beautiful, big, fancy-looking book." And I totally agree with her. Because normally I spy are tiny wee books for your pocket and where you go to the garden and I spy a sparrow, I spy a magpie, you know, and you take these I spy lists. And it doesn't come for a photography book, but then I felt stronger that this is the right title because of the irony in it. I also had a debate of the price, of course. Again, you know, it was just I forgot what the main debate I was going to say. Yeah, ah, I'm getting old. I forgot. I was going to say something else, but that was one of the things. So you constantly debate, if this book is appropriate for children or not. That's one of the questions I had to answer. Because you're putting it on a coffee table. A coffee table is accessible for the family. And I said, yes, it is. There are hard photos, but they're not gonna hunt you with nightmares. They're gonna hunt you with questions, like the artwork for the famine, like some photographs to show the genocide. We had to have a chapter about the genocide, and I will show you the strongest photo that we picked for that chapter. And it's always on our booth, and it's the most popular photo for the children. And that was like the, you know, the children proves you wrong, or assure you, or give you a tap on the shoulder, say, you're doing just right. Don't worry too much. Don't worry about all the criticism you might be receiving, you know, from the industry and the whole thing. So I'll show you this photo, and I'll try to find it in the book as well. So it's this child's photo, and uh, every child would stop to look at this kid and ask questions. And I remember, again, another conversation, I'll show you the photo in the book, between a mom and her child. And he said, "Oh, mommy, what's that on his face? Is that blood?" And she said, "Yes, it is." And then he said, "Oh, uh, he's been hurt." And then the mom said, "Yes, he is, but look at his eyes. He's not defeated. He's hurt, but he's not defeated." And I was like, oh my goodness, this lady, right? She didn't plan to say that. She didn't prepare, you know what I mean? But these words came from a mom giving comfort for her kid and answering his questions in this way, it felt like really incredible, right? It felt so powerful. So we choose to put a black um, page against it. It's again to say how awful it is to be in this situation. And all the boys wanted to buy this photograph in the book fair because they thought he is really cool. I think he looks like a rock star for them. That I,
Sorry, I'm looking for something.
yeah, he looks like his look, his determination, just everything about him, despite the fact that he's hurt. He's
Well, it
hurt.
really illustrates, your intention with the book is to raise questions. And one of our audience members wondered what the reaction of your book at the Frankfurt Book Fair was. Were you actually there with your book, or?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. If some of the audience would like to visit our Instagram page, we'd be honored if they decided as well to follow us. It will be great because we have videos from our participation in Frankfurt.
I
Frankfurt
put
Book.
your personal Instagram page. Is that what you're referring to?
No, the
Or
Sununu.
or do you mean the publisher? The publisher. Okay,
Publisher, yes, yeah.
I'll look
I,
at that one
I
too.
keep I keep my personal an Instagram to put all what I want to put about Gaza, and I keep Sununu a little bit formal. I always wanted to have a plan B if they decided to block me from Instagram completely.
Sure.
I keep the business going. Um, yeah, this is how scary it is. So when I went to Frankfurt Book Fair, and I was absolutely terrified because I felt like last year, like the year October 2023, Frankfurt Book Fair announced that they were supporting um, Israel, and they have decided to cancel a book ceremony, an award ceremony for Adoniya Shebni, and it was a shock for the industry. It was really shocking because we learned in the entrepreneur business book that you stay out of politics, you don't bring politics to business, you become professional, you don't take sides. And then all of this gone with the wind at Frankfurt Book Fair in 2023. And then people were divided with two different opinions. Some people said, okay, we're going to boycott Frankfurt Book Fair, which is, it's a statement. And I think every statement is valuable and important. And some decided to say, no, we're staying here. Why should we leave? Like, oh, we should be there. People need to hear us. So it was two different parties, and each one had a valid reason and a valid way of handling it. Um, I decided to come with Gaza book. I felt like I gonna come. I made a statement, and I'm gonna come and share this statement. And the book fair administration and organization were amazing. They were very, very supportive, and they asked me all the questions. I had to submit all the right forms, and I did follow all the rules, and they gave me my right, and I exhibited in the art section, which was brilliant because you can do anything with art, from nudity to to war crimes. So I think it was brilliant, and it was fruitful because at Frankfurt we had all generations from German people who came and stood in our booth and dropped so many precious tears because they felt they couldn't support the Jews when they needed support, and now they can't support the Palestinian when they need support, and it's such a horrible feeling. Um, to be a German in these scenarios, I think. And I had so many great people. I didn't have even one person that came to annoy me or intimidate me. and
Mhm.
and I had all these photos in our booth. I had the book on a not easel, a lectern, and then I had an easel with a screen that displayed the photographs. So really lucky with the space we got with the audience. And I met an Irish publisher there. Um, I don't know if I'm sure you know the names. The Irish publishing house called Irish Press. And they inquired rights from our book as I Spy. And we have an introduction for the book in this Irish publisher's book. The author is Avi Schleim. I have
Mhm.
the cover here. Sorry, I got some props, but yeah. So our book is being mentioned in this book, and
Mhm.
it was good opportunity. It brought a tiny bit of money for the um, not illustrators, the photographers, which is nice. And then it's I think it's good for publicity as well, but also it's good for us to see the smaller version of our photographs. It was
Mhm.
it was good to say that in future, if we to produce another photography book, you know, and look at these photos. This is the girl's photo we showed you
Mhm.
earlier. Um, it's still powerful, and
Of
it's
course.
yeah, it still gives you um, you know, the warmth, the questions, and the irony as well. So this is Frankfurt for you. So it's been very good. Also, one of the amazing things that happened to us in Frankfurt is our amazing distributor, um, uh, Chris McMillan. He is also distributing our book, and I think he's also who facilitated for our books to be in the US. And we are ever so grateful um, for him to, you know, to take a chance on us, especially being a very small, tiny, unknown publishing house, and play with the big boys with a coffee table book.
Fida,
Yeah. No.
let me ask the audience if anybody would like to join us on the panel, ask question, or just share impressions and comments. Please raise your hands, and I will bring you to the panel if you do that. Thank you.
Well, it sounds like you're off to a really good start with, publicizing the book and yeah, I'm just really excited to see such a powerful representation of what we have all been witnessing, and to really zero in on the lives of children in the hope that that will touch others who perhaps still need to open their eyes to the truth.
Fida, while we're waiting for somebody to raise their hand, I'm fascinated by the cushions behind you on the chair. Could you tell us what the story behind those?
Okay, so
I'm always looking for art, and I find it.
I have to show you first my Scottish flag, just to always
That
remember that we are in Scotland. And
yes.
I was renovating this magnificent Victorian house, 200 something years old, and I wanted to put some elements from the Middle East, you know, just a little touch. We have the tartan, of course, where it should be, but yeah, so I thought this cotton is brilliant, and I got it from Doha, from Qatar Museum,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and it shows the Arabic lady wearing the burqa. Uh,
Hmm.
it's just cool. I think in the other side I have the male version of this, and it's card, so it's really cool. And it's the Arabian horse, the majestic Arabian horse. So this is my way of just trying to keep And I can show you the other side. I can see the coffee, the Arabic coffee pods, and that's the man. I don't know if you can see it clearly.
Yeah, we see the horse
Yeah,
and the man with the keffiyeh and the
yes.
khal.
So it's I think art does magic. I think art has the answer, and I think art can always save us when we are in trouble. Um, you can't go wrong with art, I believe.
Great. Any other questions, Krista, from anybody?
Let's see. Um, yeah, I actually, not from the audience, but I have a question about the name of your publishing business, Sununu. Of course, Sununu, the bird, the swallow, is in Palestine. It flies all around the world. It's here in Wisconsin, where I live. I just wonder if you could talk about the symbolism of Sununu as why did you choose that name, and also how it really connects to Gaza I Spy, your latest creation.
Thank you. I love that question. I always love to say why we are Sununu. So it was when I came to Scotland, I had to change my business concept because initially I started in UAE and I wanted to make
Mm-hmm.
an academic publishing house to publish leveled reading books to teach non-Arabs how to read Arabic through books and through nice stories.
Mm-hmm.
So it was called Arabic for Everyone. And then I came to Scotland and it was like, okay, I don't think there is enough demand to teach Arabic here. I need to be more universal and come up with another concept and fit with the new home I'm having. I needed also to link to where I am. I didn't want to be a total stranger. So I thought, okay, let's bring some nice Arabic stories um, from the Middle East and bring it to English and have our books in two different editions, one in Arabic, one in English, as I showed earlier with our children's books. So our slogan is travel with stories. And what's better to travel the world with stories than a bird, right? And I had to put all the photos of birds. I remember I was on my knees on the floor in my wee office in my previous home, and I had Penguin Random House and Hudhud from the Arabic countries, and there were so many Puffin and a lot of birds. I remember Nosy Crow and all of these publishers that I admire who shares the concept of a bird, and I needed to pick a bird, right? And I needed to pick a bird that comes with a new thing, right? So I thought, and I was on this, and it's so envious for all of these amazing publishers who picked the right bird before me. I was like thinking, oh, I need to call the nice birds. And I had at that moment, honestly, I'm not making that up, the swallow came, it was ring and it came to it's called house martin, this type of swallows, and the nest was this muddy little nest in the corner of my office, and I went, oh, Sununu.
There it is.
It's my bird. And then that what the debate was, do we call it swallow, do we call it sununu? And then I thought, okay, I need to keep the concept correct. Swallow, I don't want it to be a translation. If I wrote the phonetic of sununu, it shows that we fit in both. We have a hint of something different. So we didn't write the logo in Arabic and in English because we thought the Arabic is integrated in the sound already, and the picture will give away the meaning. So we came up with Sununu. It's a migrating bird. It's an international bird. It goes back to
Mhm.
its nesting, like myself. And yeah, and it's a very proud bird as well. It hunts. It hunts little insects. It doesn't go to the feeder. You never see a sununu eat from the feeder. It's too silly. I hunt for myself. So it has that pride and it's beautiful. It has lovely tail and yeah. and you can see it in
And
Scotland
you,
and in Qatar. I
yeah.
saw it when I was in Muscat diving with my son. I was snorkeling basically this time.
Mm.
So it's a beautiful, beautiful bird, and it looks after me.
And you included in the logo, which I'm looking at, which maybe you can show it to our audience if you have it
Yes.
handy, but it has just a hint of the colors of the Palestinian flag, and of course the kafiyeh in the back.
Yes,
So,
this is our how do you say that? This is our modified version of our logo, because
mhm,
this logo we kind of play with the circle. Sometimes we change the color of the circle around for the
mhm,
design or for the level. Sometimes if it's level, reading level, is that close enough? And here we decided to make it like a kofia. And if you can see,
yes,
bird is getting through the circle, so he's like breaking through, and he has like
mhm,
a branch in his peak. It's like the olive tree,
mhm,
if that like makes sense. So yeah, so there were so
yes,
many ideas of how should we show that this is a new Sununu, because Sununu
yes,
is flying and he keeps having different themes. So for example, I'll show you on our one of our books. So here's Sununu with the circle,
mhm,
and yeah, so it's been a journey, and I hope we succeed. Uh,
There is a song about uh, the Sinunu birds. I was trying to find it on YouTube, but it did not. It goes something like طيور السنون عادت إلى أبراجها القديمة, something like that. I think Fairuz may sing it.
Maybe
Um,
I had another song. A friend sent it to me. It says, "Ya طير السنون," something like
yeah,
that.
I found that, but that's a
It's
that's a newer one.
lovely.
That's
Oh
a new
God, I can't
one.
believe I sang it. Cut this off the recording.
Yeah,
no,
that one is new,
Mm.
and in fact, let's see. I just
Yeah,
had a
I
minute ago.
remember seeing a version of two girls in their pajamas and doing the rhythm on the table, and it was so sweet because it was so natural, so playful, it was lovely.
Mhm.
And yeah, so, and uh, I don't know if it's an irony or it's a good luck. In Doha, there is a very famous, well-known delivery company that's called
mhm.
Sunu, and
Oh, okay.
it's like Deliverino or these other shops. Sorry if I said it wrong, but anyway, so this company, they they reached out to us when we were in the book fair, and they said, "Oh my goodness, we share the same name from two different concepts because Sununu is a very fast bird, so we are
Mhm.
delivering so quick like the Sununu." And we did collaborate. They did sell some of our books during the book fair, and we're in a good relation. So it's nice to see how people appreciate the bird from different
Yes,
perspectives. So it was really, really nice.
that's wonderful. Well,
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Fida,
Thank
and
you.
sharing your time. And thank you for, of course, for creating this wonderful book. I want to let the audience know also, if you are in Scotland, particularly in Edinburgh, we will be hosting Fida at the museum. Is it on the 23rd of August?
Yes, yeah, we did.
23rd of August in the afternoon for a book signing event. So you can have your books autographed there by Fida if you're in Edinburgh. Uh,
excellent.
yep. Thanks again.
Any plans to come to the US, Fidat? That's one of their last questions here in the chat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have a chance to look at the chat. I'm so sorry. I was like,
No,
focused
no, it's
on the
fine. That's
conversation,
my
so I
job.
apologize if anybody asked that question and I didn't answer. I would love to, of course. These days, every trip needs to be budget, but
Of
I would
course.
love to. I try to link my traveling with the book industry. So I will be in Edinburgh, as Faisal have just said, on the 23rd, and then I will be in Frankfurt again. So if anyone is in
Oh,
Frankfurt Book Fair, I'll be there. I've been generously hosted by Publishing Scotland. I am so grateful
mhm.
for the team. I'm a member. And I will be in Cairo as well for another event for launching the book in October. So back to back in October from Frankfurt to Cairo and then to Kuwait.
Yes.
I am also so pleased that we will be exhibiting in Kuwait, and it's a huge thing for us. This is first time to exhibit in Kuwait. So that's the plan so far, and I don't know how US must come at some point. I have my BBF Lama who's with us here today. We're friends since we were in university, so I owe her a visit. So inshallah, this will work. I would love to come and visit and see my friends for real. And Barbara, of course, Barbara is is in the US as well, so I would love to come and visit her. And she's with us today, and she's been looking after us since we met in Frankfurt, because she believed in our books. So we're lucky in
Wonderful. Well, I hope that one day you also get to meet the wonderful women that you worked with in order to make this book possible, that we hope that things in Gaza improve, that people can return to some kind of normal life with dignity. That's something, of course, on all of our minds. And I hope that day comes sooner rather than later.
I mean, and I want to leave the audience with something very, very, very cheerful, despite all the madness that's happening. Sabrine El-Baz, our hero mom, who had these three beautiful girls and
Mhm.
survived with them, she just gave birth 2 weeks ago to a beautiful, healthy boy. And you can imagine what does it mean to have a boy after three
Mm.
girls. You love your daughters, of course, but you want to a new addition, and she's still alive and he is still alive. And last week she managed to give him some milk, and you know, and I am every day following up on her. So
Mhm.
she still didn't answer today if she got milk or not. But this is the real story. They are
Yes.
still living, they are still giving birth to children, and they are looking
Mhm.
after them. And I think that's the biggest slap on the face for any oppressor, being able to live and smile. And my friend Claire, who's in this chat, I mean, in this session,
Yes.
she taught me a lesson, um, not to give a double winning for the oppressor, because they hurt you to start with. But
Mhm.
if they break your spirit, then they won twice. And I think they won in destroying Gaza and making these people suffer. The fact that these people are still living,
Mhm.
that's a win. That's the biggest slap in their faces. So, inshallah, we will be able to see her son on his feet, carrying a school bag full of crayons and going to his school, not to hide, but to go to a normal classroom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Uh,
so hope so.
I do want to share something with the audience before we say goodbye here. So let me put a photo on, of course. This is a photo I took a couple of days ago in our backyard. And
Mhm.
you can see the baby deer on the left um, with the spots. And look at the mother standing there with her ears up like a radar. She's
Mhm.
standing guard, watching the deer and providing the protection for the deer. And it made me think about Gaza, about all those children that lost their mothers and had nobody really guarding them and taking care of them. This is such a far far picture in the U.S. from what's in Gaza, but it carries the same meaning and the same emotion about it as we see in Gaza. Anyway,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
beautiful analogy.
just a thought.
it is. Are you sure you didn't snatch it from somewhere in Scotland?
No, no, no. This is my back. This is my house in Connecticut.
That's beautiful.
And one of my photographs, I photograph animals as they go by. And a couple of days ago, I also had a photograph of a bobcat that came down and dug up a couple of rodents from the lawn and ate them and walked away. He didn't even say thank you.
Mhm. Well, maybe they expect you to say thank you for looking after your
Yeah, I
pet.
was going to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
natural
Uh,
pest control. There you
I
go.
couldn't tell exactly what he pulled out, but it was something that had a tail.
Yeah.
And he's like a cat exactly, except he has a stubby tail, very short tail, but he's as big as a big dog, uh,
Yeah.
but he's a
Wow.
cat. He looks just like a cat.
Well, it
Anyway,
sounds like you have front row seat
yeah,
to wildlife there where you live. Well,
yeah,
Fida,
yeah.
I wish you all the best in your book launch, and I
Thank,
I'm looking forward to hearing more from you and seeing more from you and your work and also with your publishing house. All the best and your travels, safe travels, and thank you so much for coming today and spending time with us.
thank you so much for having me, and thanks for everybody who's giving us time of their Sunday.
Yeah. Thank you, Fida, and I look forward to seeing you in late August, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Have a
Yeah.
wonderful day. Thank you. Or
Thank you,
evening.
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
And as
Masalama.
we always say at the end, ma salama, goodbye in Arabic.
Ma'as salama.